So, what happens when you combine an A-list cast with adapting a video game franchise that a director knew nothing about until production started, with a ton of pushbacks and rewrites, seasoned with a bad kind of Marvel humor? The answer is Borderlands, one of the biggest Hollywood tragedies since Madam Web. So hello everyone, it is I, your favourite Vault Hunter Optical. Today we're talking about why the Borderlands movie will flop harder than an inexperienced diver jumping off a springboard. So let's cast our minds back to August 2015. Lionsgate announced that a Borderlands movie was in development, with an R-rated script to be written by Aaron Berg in 2016, and Oren Uziel taking over script duties in 2018. After that, well, it went silent. Until February 2020, when Lionsgate had announced that Borderlands had found its director, Eli Roth, with Avi Arad and Eric Feige producing, and a script penned by Chernobyl writer Craig Mazin. And with that, the casting began in 2020 and finished in 2021. This cast was as followed: Cate Blanchett as Lilith, Kevin Hart as Roland, Jack Black as Claptrap, Ariana Greenblatt as Tiny Tina, Jamie Lee Curtis as Dr. Patricia Tannis, Florian Montal as Krieg, Edgar Ramirez as Atlas, and finally Gina Gershon as Mad Moxie. The filming for Borderlands began in Budapest on April 1st, 2021, with a first look at the silhouettes of the cast on June 4th, and filming wrapping shortly after in June 22nd. Or so we thought. In January 2023, it was announced that the film was undergoing a 2-week reshoot directed by Tim Miller, as Eli Roth was directing his horror film, Thanksgiving. This reshoot involved a new script by Joe Crombie and Eli Roth, and as Craig Mazin removed all of his writing credits from the project in June 2023. The result? Well, it was a gory, dark, humor-filled splatterfest of a game turned into a family-friendly comedy that riffs off of Guardians of the Galaxy with a hint of Mad Max, and it aimed to establish what Gearbox describes as the Borderlands cinematic universe. I have zero hope for this movie. The casting is off, the tone is wrong, and is an insult to injury from fans recovering from the absolute circus that was Borderlands 3. I'm not even sure how making it a family-friendly movie got the all-clear from Gearbox in the first place. I mean, seriously, imagine being a multi-billion-dollar franchise turned into a family-friendly comedy. I mean, that's just a very questionable direction to take, whether this be through Eli Roth's part or actually through the help of Gearbox and Lionsgate. This is like telling someone to write a Saw movie but make it kid-friendly. So instead, it just becomes a movie about a seesaw and a guy named Jigsaw. In fact, I would have preferred if this movie riffed off of other projects like Ocean's 11, because, again, that's to do with a ragtag group stealing stuff and doing good at it. Oh, and by the way, if you thought I was joking about Eli Roth not knowing anything about Borderlands, I'm not. In his recent interview, when he got started to making the movie, he had help from Gearbox to run him through all the lore and all the games.
Directing Borderlands, luckily I had the creators to take me through the game in years and years of Borderlands lore.
So he knew nothing about Borderlands when he took this project up, and only knew about it when Gearbox told him all about the games and the lore to help him with production. So I will say that I'm watching this movie this weekend. I can't say I'm excited, but as a die-hard fan of the Borderlands franchise, it is my solemn duty to watch a fumble and lose hours of my life so you don't have to. Or somehow Eli Roth could pull a hat trick and this could actually be a decent movie. But I will say again, the casting for this film feels wrong. Nothing about the casting makes sense at all. This feels like something that they just scrapped together because they weren't confident in the film, so they get a well-known cast of people to play these characters, but even then, it still won't change the fact that this probably is going to be a very unfaithful adaptation of the games. In fact, I would say this should have been its own movie without the Borderlands name. And I firmly believe this casting was done because otherwise, if it was anyone else, nobody would have gone to see it. They're just going to see it because it's full of actors that everyone knows and that they know that will help financially to the film's box office. So thank you for watching. I'll see you back at the Sanctuary. Have a great rest of your day.